Hello and welcome back to the Baggies Podcast YouTube channel, where of course we're giving you all the latest news, views and opinions on all things Albion. Back again today with another match preview for you, chatting about Wednesday night's fixture against Swansea City, which kicks off at the Liberty Stadium at, of course, 7:45 as the typical midweek championship fixtures kick off. A Wednesday night kick-off for us away from home in South Wales. Looking forward to this one, a tasty encounter it's sure set up to be. But we're going to be chatting today about Swansea as a team. What can we expect from them? A bit of a predicted lineup as well from them. What sort of team can we expect to see from them and ourselves? We're going to be going through a predicted lineup for Albion today. And we're also going to be taking a look at some predictions for the game. So obviously giving my prediction, and hopefully you guys are going to give yours in the comments section below. But before we get into this video, make sure you subscribe to the Baggies Podcast YouTube channel. For more content like this, we've produced over 50 videos since the appointment of Valérien Ismaël in, I think that was the end of July or something like that. So, yeah, if you're looking forward to more content like this, then make sure you subscribe to the Baggies Podcast YouTube channel. Check out all of our social links below. Comment your score predictions. That's all I've got to say. Let's get straight into this match preview. So let's not keep you waiting any longer and crack on with this match preview. Let's chat firstly about Swansea City, who last time out in the Championship picked up an impressive 3-0 win in the South Wales derby against Cardiff City, where they were at home, and they're at home again against us this Wednesday. But a fantastic victory for them, and the biggest victory in the South Wales derby since they were both in the Premier League, and that was again another 3-0 win to Swansea. So obviously they're going to be sky high with their confidence at the moment. Currently managed by Russell Martin, former MK Dons manager, who did a really good job with them, implementing a really nice short passing style of play and philosophy. But let's chat a little bit about what we can expect from Swansea and sort of their key men going into this game. So a key man that I'd point out for a starter is Joel Perrault, the Dutch striker, who's obviously been scoring a few goals this season, 6 goals in 11 appearances, which is really good for him. Jamie Patterson, former Walsall man, who played really, really well in the South Wales derby, picking up a goal and 2 assists. Swansea fans saying that's one of the best individual performances they've seen from a player in their shirt. So, yeah, Jamie Patterson picking up 4 goals and 3 assists this season so far. Oliver Nsham is a really good player who I'm looking forward to seeing, really. He's a player that used to play for Celtic, of course, and currently, obviously, at Swansea City after a free transfer, which I was absolutely amazed by. Obviously, formerly playing for Olympique Marseille, which is interesting. But, yeah, obviously came in on a free for this summer for Swansea. So looking forward to seeing how he gets on with the game. He's obviously a very good footballer and did really well at Celtic. So, yeah, Swansea's got some really strong players. Those ones that I mentioned are the ones that I'm going to highlight. They've got a really good young defender in Ben Cabango at the back as well. Obviously, last season had Mark Gehi, who's obviously gone now to Crystal Palace. They have got a former West Brom player from my memory in there, which is Jan Dander, who used to play in the academy for West Bromwich Albion. But yeah, we're looking forward quite a lot to seeing what we can expect from Swansea City. Let me tell you a little bit about their play style, really. So they're currently sat in the top of the possession charts in the Championship, picking up 65.1% of the possession. To put that in perspective, we average 52.2% of the possession. But Swansea are top of the Championship in terms of possession so far this season. So, yeah, I think we can expect them. They're going to want the ball. They're going to want to play their football. They want to play those short passes. And in terms of short passes, they're doing really well with those as well. Obviously, averaging totaling 477 accurate short passes, which is very interesting. The most in the league yet again. Sheffield United following up closely behind them on that one, and then obviously Bournemouth and Fulham in there as well. So yeah, it's interesting really with Swansea and their possession stats. It's pretty interesting to see how they've been sort of trying to keep that ball, and Russell Martin's really tried to drill in that play style of keeping the ball and playing nice passing moves with it. But as I mentioned, they've only scored 12 goals this season, which is quite an interesting stat in itself, in my opinion. Because if you think about it, they're creating so many opportunities to keep the ball, but they're not actually creating those opportunities to get in on goal and score many goals themselves. In terms of sort of chance creation, they're not looking massively fantastic in terms of shots per game. They're a fair way down. Let's say that they're 21st in the league for shots per game, which is 10.1. Shots on target per game. Yeah, they are relatively low down as well with 20. It's just creating those chances and grinding out those opportunities, which is something I think that Russell Martin hasn't quite got spot on at the moment for Swansea City. He's got the possession bit. He's got that they've got to keep the ball. He's definitely got that. But has he got the fact that they actually need to implement the creating chances part of the game? I'm not quite sure. They've grasped that. Yeah. They sit 12th in the league for dribbles per game, and they're looking at a reasonably strong side, definitely in possession. And I think they could be one to pose some problems if we allow them to have the ball. We'll talk a little bit more about how we can exploit them in that way in a few minutes, of course. But they scored 12 goals this season, as I mentioned, leaving them 19th in the league for goals scored. Shots per game not doing great. Pass accuracy is top notch, top of the league again. But then again, down at the bottom of the table for aerials won. So I think we can expect not too much physicality. As we've seen from the sides that match Albion's physicality, it doesn't really end well for us. So if Swansea were to match our physicality, perhaps, but I can't see Russell Martin changing his play style for us. That's the only thing I will say, is that although I rate Russell Martin and he's done a reasonable job this season, I don't think he's going to change his play style for West Brom. I don't think that's something that he's going to be willing to do. He's obviously found a footballing philosophy, much like the young lad, much like Valerian Ismail has, and he's sticking to it. And there's no real differentiation from that. It's my way or the highway, really. So yeah, that's what we can kind of expect from their style of play. What can we expect, however, from Swansea City's lineup? Obviously, been playing all right this season, in okay form, drawing a win in their last couple of games, winning against Cardiff and then draw against Derby. Bit of mixed form, really, is something that I'm going to say about them. But in terms of their lineup and what I can think to expect from them, I'm going to predict their lineup and try and give you a bit of an insight into who I think will start. Here it comes on the screen now. We've got Ben Hamer in goal, who's obviously a former Leicester City goalkeeper, possibly won the league with them throughout his time there. I'm not 100% sure on that. Ben Cabango, young Welsh international and defender. Carl Nawson, a very experienced defender, normally playing at right back, but this time could possibly slot into a back three. Lots of championship sides, as we've found, have been playing a back three, whether that's just against us and they've been trying to match us, but yeah, definitely could be seeing a back three from Swansea. That's what they've played in all 12 of their fixtures so far. Ryan Manning, a man who scored against West Bromwich Albion last time he played us, when he played for QPR in that final day promotion game where we ended up getting promoted in that 2-2 draw. So yeah, there's that one as well. Ryan Manning slotting in at that left centre-back position by the looks of things. We've got Jake Bidwell, who could be playing at left wing-back. We've got over at right wing-back, we've got Ethan Laird, who I think is on loan from Manchester United, who's obviously an exciting prospect and one that I think people can't wait to see really get a game for Manchester United, if he ever will get that game for Manchester United. Then in that centre midfield position, I've gone for Flynn Downs and also Matty Grimes, who I'm still surprised is actually still playing for Swansea City. I thought he's going to go to Fulham, possibly even us at some points during the window, but he's certainly a very good and very solid championship player playing in that middle of the park. The front three I've gone for is Liam Cullen. The right side of the striker, Jamie Patterson, as I mentioned, a real key man for them, especially last time out against Cardiff. And then up front, I've gone for Joel Pirot, who's obviously been banging in some goals this season in the 11 appearances that he's got so far, picking up 6 goals and 1 assist. So that is Swansea for you. That is an in-depth look at Swansea, where they are in the table, what you can expect from their play style. It's definitely going to be short passing, and I'm hoping, going on to what West Brom now could do to counteract that, I think what we need to look at really is that high press. That high press needs to come back. You play a side like Swansea, who were really uncomfortable with playing at the back at the start of the season, and you exploit them with that press, you are going to end up with goals. There's absolutely no doubt about that. So, in my opinion, I think that the press needs to come back. I haven't seen it too much of late, but I think Swansea obviously are going to want to play some football. By the looks of things, they are 100% going to want to play some football. So, if they want to play football, you've got to push high on them, and you've got to try and win the ball back high at the pitch. So, for me, if you bring back the press, you play the high pressing system, it's going to work. I think you can go and win this game comfortably, like you did against Sheffield United. Bring in the high press. See if they can bypass it and try and squeeze them up the pitch. In terms of my lineup for West Bromwich Albion, I'd only make one change, I think, from the side that went out there last time out against Birmingham City in the 1-0 win. I'll go for Johnson in goal. I'll go for Clark, Bartley and Ajayi across the back three. Then right wing back, left wing back, Furlong and Townsend. I'll make one change in the middle, and that's bringing out Alex Mowat for Jason Malumbi alongside Jake Livermore. I was really impressed with Malumbi. If you haven't listened to the latest podcast episode where I chat with Joe from the Albion show, make sure you check that out. Obviously, go and check out that on YouTube. There's an episode there on our channel. It was really nice to chat with him about Malumbi really and how he's really come into his own. So, yeah, in my opinion, Malumbi should come in from Mowat because I think Mowat needs a little bit of a rest. He's clearly jaded. He's clearly tired. He's clearly got a little bit of a knock carrying about. Don't want to make that serious and don't want to miss him for any more of the season. Then a front three. Hopefully, if he's fit, I'll play Dean Garner alongside Grant and Robinson. So that's my West Bromwich Albion lineup. I think the high press is going to be crucial. I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing Malumbi if Mowat's not available, but I wouldn't want to risk him if that's the way that he's been acting up. But yeah, in terms of a prediction for this game, I'm going to go for a 2-0 West Bromwich Albion win. And hopefully we'll turn out with that really good result in South Wales on Wednesday night. Hopefully we can bring a bit of physicality and try and get a good result. But that does bring me to the end of this Baggies Podcast match preview. Make sure you subscribe and comment down your score prediction below. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe. We're heading for 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. It'd be fantastic if you could give us a hand with that. But that does bring me to the end of this video. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.